everyday, discreet and hidden presence, who nevertheless played an incomparable role in the history of salvation. 150 years ago, Blessed Pope Pius IX declared Saint Joseph as the patron of the Universal Church. On the anniversary of this event, Pope Francis has announced the year of Saint Joseph from 8th December 2020 to 8th December 2021. Dear sisters, the Sisters of Kudu community are going to share with you all that we know about Saint Joseph from the writings of Pope Francis. Pope Francis describes Saint Joseph as a beloved father, a tender and loving father, an obedient father, an accepting father, a father who is creatively courageous, a working father, a father in the shadows. Of course, deserving attributes to the foster father of Jesus.
Saint Joseph, beloved, tender and obedient father. Saint Joseph concretely expressed his fatherhood by making an offering of himself in love. He has played a great role at the crossroads between the Old and New Testament, and he has always been venerated as a father by the Christians. Jesus saw the tender love of God in Joseph. Joseph saw Jesus grow daily in wisdom and in years and in divine and human favor, as the Lord had done with Israel. So Joseph did with Jesus. He taught him to walk, taking him by the hand. He was for him like a father who raises an infant to his cheeks, bending down to him and feeding him. In the synagogue, during the praying of the Psalms, Joseph would surely have heard again and again that the God of Israel is the God of tender love, who is good to all, whose compassion is over all that he has made. This he translated into his life, and Jesus grew experiencing this tender love. Joseph is also a father in obedience to God. With his fiat, he protects Mary and Jesus and teaches his son to do the will of the Father. In every difficult situation, God spoke to him, and Joseph declared his own fiat like those of Mary at the Annunciation and Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane.
Welcoming the will of God. The nobility of Joseph's heart is such that what he learned from the law he practiced in his life. Saint Joseph's spiritual path is not one that explains but accepts. This does not mean that he is resigned. Instead, he is courageously and firmly proactive. Joseph is known as an accepting father, says Pope Francis, because he accepted Mary unconditionally. He trusted in the words of the angel. Today, in a world where psychological, verbal, and physical violence towards women is so evident, Joseph appears as the figure of a respectful and sensitive man. Even though he does not understand the bigger picture, he makes a decision to protect Mary's good name, her dignity, and her life. In his hesitation about how best to act, God helped him by enlightening his judgment. The bridegroom of Mary is also the one who, trusting in the Lord, even when he does not understand the event, accepts everything, setting aside his own ideas and merged himself with his own history. Through Saint Joseph, it is as if God were to repeat to us, "Do not be afraid." A creatively courageous father, example of love. The Pope explains that the carpenter of Nazareth was able to turn a problem into a possibility by trusting in divine providence. He had to deal with the concrete problems his family faced, problems faced by the other families in the world, and especially those of migrants. In this sense, Saint Joseph is the special patron of all those forced to leave their native lands because of war, hatred, persecution, and poverty. As the guardian of Jesus and Mary, Saint Joseph cannot be other than the guardian of the Church. Therefore, every poor, needy, suffering, or dying person, every stranger, every prisoner, and every infirm person is the child whom Joseph continues to protect. Pope Francis says that we must learn to love the Church and the poor, a father who teaches the value, dignity, and joy of work. A carpenter who earned an honest living to provide for his family, Saint Joseph also teaches us the value, the dignity, and the joy of what it means to eat bread, that is, the fruit of one's own labor. Work, the Pope says, is a means of participating in the work of salvation, an opportunity to hasten the coming of the kingdom, to develop our talents and abilities, and to put them at the service of society and fraternal communion. Those who work, he explains, are cooperating with God Himself and in some way become creators of the world around them. Pope Francis encourages everyone to rediscover the value, the importance, and the necessity of work for bringing about a new normal from which no one is excluded. The Pope calls everyone to review our priorities and to express a firm conviction that no young person, no person at all, no family should be without work, especially after the pandemic.
Saint Joseph, our father in the shadows, centered on Mary and Jesus. Joseph is the earthly shadow of the heavenly Father. This is the sense in which Saint Joseph is described as a most chaste father, which is opposite of domineering possessiveness. Pope Francis says that Joseph knew how to love with extraordinary freedom. He never made himself the center of anything. He did not think of himself, but focused instead on the lives of Mary and Jesus. Happiness for Joseph involved a true gift of self. In him we never see frustration, but only trust, says Pope Francis. Joseph stands out, therefore, as an exemplary figure for our time in a world that needs fathers, not tyrants. True fathers refuse to live the lives of their children for them. Instead, they respect their freedom. Fathers are not born but made, says Pope Francis. A man does not become a father simply by bringing a child into the world, but by taking up the responsibility to care for that child. Unfortunately, in today's society, children often seem orphans, lacking fathers who are able to introduce them to life and reality. He did not think of himself but focused instead on the lives of Mary and Jesus. And today, believe it, he is concerned about each one of us.